Welcome back to another lecture on active listening. In our previous lecture, we discussed briefly about shifting perspective and how it can help achieve the essence of active listening. Today's lecture, however, is more about agreeing to disagree. Yes, I am talking about validation, an advanced skill of active learning. Its role in our daily life conversations is worth applauding. And what is even more noteworthy is its overall output, which we will learn in this lecture. Get ready to learn about validation, its role in active listening, and how it can enhance our daily communications. Understanding validation. In terms of active listening, validation refers to a listener's response that shows that the listener has understood the speaker's feelings and opinions, even if he disagrees with them in person. In our daily life, we disagree with many things, perspectives, and opinions. However, validation teaches us to empower the speaker and show him that his thoughts and feelings are justified even if we disagree with them. An example will further explain this concept. Picture you are having a debate on the rights of Black people. If the speaker is more inclined to protect the rights of white people, you don't have to bring the Black movement into the discussion. Instead, to avoid any random response from the speaker, you should validate his opinions and emotions. Role of validation in active listening. Validation plays a significant role in active listening. As an advanced skill of active listening, validation ensures the listener's undivided attention and builds an emotional connection with the speaker. Let's learn this in more detail. A means to show respect. Your reaction to a particular action shows your respect or disrespect. Similarly, when you ensure the speaker that their points are justified, you are actually validating them. When it comes to active listening, validation is the most authentic skill for showing respect to the speaker. Empowers the speaker. Not only this, but validation is a technique to empower the speaker to believe that whatever he said is right, even if the listener's own perspective does not align with it. Doing this ensures the speaker that you value their efforts and point of view. As a result, it gives the speaker enough space to reevaluate his opinions and points. Openness and trust building. Validation boosts openness, ensuring the speaker won't be judged or disrespected. Speaking of openness, validation also ensures trust between both parties. In her guidebook Active Listening and Emotional Validation, Emily Wright argues that validating the speaker's perspective guarantees openness and trust. Validation, however, is not an absolute affirmation that the speaker is opining right. Instead, it is a declaration that the listener values the former's efforts. How to validate in a conversation. Validation is a skill that comes into communication after deliberate practice. However, experts have outlined certain steps to ensure its presence in the conversation. Listen attentively. Well, this is the core requirement of every skill that has been mentioned so far. Without listening to what is being said, you can't just nod and validate. Instead, validation only comes into practice when the conversation is listened to with undivided attention. Paraphrasing. As discussed in Module 2, paraphrasing helps a lot in communication, and validation is no exception. By reaffirming the speaker's stance in your own words, you can easily validate the former's opinion. For example, if the speaker says, "Going to university was the worst decision of my life," you can respond by paraphrasing, "I see, it might be a frustrating experience." Avoid judgment. In the same way, you can also validate by avoiding judgment. While in a conversation, we often think of others according to our biases and prejudices. By eradicating this judgmental gesture, we can easily validate what is being told. Benefits of validation. Validating the perspective of the speaker demonstrates the honesty of the listener, results in conflict resolution, and portrays attentive listening. It helps strengthen emotional intelligence and improves active listening skills. Enhancement of overall communication skills. Validation involves the listener's undivided attention and respecting the speaker's opinions. While its importance and benefits are noteworthy in active listening, it is equally important to implement this skill in our daily communications. So that was all about validation. In the next lecture, we will try to understand the virtues of listening in challenging situations.